Well, this is a very old arcade machine. Anybody else have one of these as a kid? Hi guys, Retro Terra. I've got this. I had one of these as a kid. They were a stocking filler. They're the same sort of shape, size as an arcade machine. This I came across, I think it was £12 on eBay. Cost a couple of pound postage. The seller said it doesn't work. There's no battery cover with it. There's a rattle, don't know, and there's a looks like either possibly damage inside here or food. I don't know. This is going to get stripped and cleaned and repaired. Hopefully it should work. So I want to just the only way to get into here is 2 screws there, 2 screws there. The whole idea of it is it's like an arcade machine. It slops forward, you press left to move your... It's just Space Invaders, basically. There was a similar model to this which had Invaders on it, and with the switch on there was Game 1, and then Game 2 was Blockbuster, which is similar to a Tetris sort of game. But you basically moved, like Space Invader does, you move your ship to the left, shift to the right, you fire, and you shoot these aliens that come down. All of these were just LED backlit. Yeah, because if you can potentially see the lines of where the aliens are. There you go, I can see them now. And it's, like I said, they're all LED backlit. Whether or not this just works or not, I don't know. But I have noticed a few, well, let's test. I have just tried putting batteries in this so as a complete, just to test before it all goes wrong. One of the pins inside here, the bottom one on the left hand side there, was properly pushed down, and I've bent that back up a little bit. That's why it's not as high as the one next to it. I'm gonna see, there is some corrosion inside here on there, but I'm gonna try and see whether or not these batteries actually work or not. I don't know. So top, it's awkward because you think, oh, bottom goes that way, then it covers over what the next one is. So it's just alternate either, so plus this side, negative that side, plus that side, plus that side. Yes, so we go in, down, that seems okay. I'm not quite happy with that because of the corrosion. That should now fit onto that. It actually before just rattled in there. So that one should be plus that way maybe. That looks like it's touching, and then plus minus that way, just alternative. So there's no battery cover front. I think I can find one of these. Maybe there'll be another one on eBay, and yeah, let's just see what happens. So we'll plug her in, well, start her up. Nothing. Game 2, nothing. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, that's a bonus to start with. This actually does work. And you can't see a thing. Alexa, garage off.
Okay.
You can barely see that. So let's get that, so it's that way. Damn. Oh. So the battery compartment looks like it probably is, maybe I got a problem there. There we go. Oh, no. See, my ship at the... This would be nice if this worked. I think this might just be a case of it's just a battery compartment that needs looking at. And at the minute, I don't know. Yeah. Well, it did... You did see it work. You see something work on this at least. It's just the batteries. Then I could take the contacts out, clean them, and maybe this might be too bad. Come on. You can do it. You know you will. Nope. I think like 1 and 2 was level 1, might be a slow and then a fast game. Yeah. Time to strip down, I think. So it's, yeah, it isn't working, but that's not saying it's not going to. It has definitely come up, but I think it's definitely a battery issue. There's been, looks like somebody has been in here and attempted to prise this open. The plastics from the early 80s were, yeah, shocking, should we say. Patent number, no, there's no date on this one. So shift battleship, left or right, with the left and right buttons, and using the hit by, avoid being hit by the invaders, yes, okay. So this is brand in Hong Kong. That is a really good little stand there, because it makes it go, well, it stands up on its own if it's lucky. With the batteries in it, it definitely does it. But you can have it like that, so it's on a desk. Or you can have it so it's facing me for a change, although it doesn't work. So strip it down, 4 screws, and I've already lost a piece of plastic there already. This is going to be iffy. There might be another one behind there. It might just be the plastic injection moulding nubbing on there. Let's have a look inside. Now I'm going to have problems with this. I think somebody's already been inside here, because I'm definitely rounding off this screw, and it's just too easy to round off. So I might have to look and see if I can replace that one. I know this definitely does come off. I think I'm going to, there we go. You lift the middle bit up and it goes over that point there, so that can come off and that's out of the way. That can be nice, easily cleaned. So, as I remember, see the thing is, I had one of these probably 82, maybe earlier, later than that, I don't quite know. So I'm, 50 at the moment. Thanks for asking. Right, I'm going to try and take that off there, because that's just held in with a couple of drops of hot glue, old hot glue, 40 years old hot glue, so that's been cleaned off. That's possibly one of the reasons why it's making the noise, because I've had stuff before where the hot glue's just dried and come straight off. So we'll just, it probably could be used again, but what is the point? I've got a glue full of gun. Let's use it again. It's just a very cheap speaker. Get that off there. The good thing about it, when it comes off on a big piece like that, yeah, it's easy to fix. So if you want to put in the comment if you've had one of these before, the little bits, it's not sealed in, and there's one piece of plastic there, right. Okay, so nothing else in there. Turn this round. Some more piece of plastic there. Is it? No, that's a piece of plastic. That's just, I don't know. It's brown, it's old, and it's in the bin. Also a piece of silver foil. I think I know why this silver foil was in here. Remember I was saying about the contacts on here? And one of them was squashed in. Yeah, I have pulled it out a little bit better. And there is a contact there, and I need to get these cleaned. I have pulled it up so it's there. That's probably the reason why they've had that. They probably put that down there, wedged a battery in, and then it worked. But this needs properly tearing down. I've got it bin. We've bent that up enough anyway, so that will, but I need to clean. And there's only that contact there, which is potentially, I don't know. Best option for these is put these in white vinegar, and then we can see what we can do. I need to unsolder both of these. Can we get away with not dismantling this? How does that come off there? We have 2 boards here, boys and girls. Alright, that switch doesn't come off there, although that should open up, because this is the board with all the LEDs on it, and it's secured in place, and there's another ribbon cable right at the bottom there, which is holding a lot of things in place. So I need to attempt, this screw should be holding it down this board here, but this screw is very rusty, so very carefully. So it must have had some damp on this. I should have put some WD-40 on this just to oil a little bit. Right, that's off. Ew. It's definitely had some sort of corrosion. Well, that can go over there. And that. See, the thing with some of these is you have to press the button in and then it'll slide out from the inside, but that was fine when these were brand new. because the plastic has a little bit of elasticity to it. We really need to strip this down to get that off. I do need to unsolder those. Clean. How is that going to come off there? Does that board want to move? I do hope so. Yeah. That's going to come up that way. So I could probably squeeze the buttons in and lift and just prise it that way. There we go. As best I can. So this will be held on with what? This ribbon cable, do you think? Because there's a button there which is now not helping anything. There we go. So that bit's out. Some fluff down there. That has come off, but it's only on pegs and not even glued in place. That's very weak. So we'll keep that to one side. So far that's not bad. I can bend this back a little. I need to be getting photos of this. Them speakers just don't look right. The wires on it do not look right at all. It's like they've been put back on again, but not very well. Everything needs a damn good clean. So I'm going to try and... There we go. It's a bit better. And I can undo all these 4 screws on here. I don't think anybody's been into. ET802. Looks like a logo for a... It's either a button or it looks like the logo for Star League. The Kodan Armada. I mean, everything on here is checking. Alright, there we go. Where are the LEDs? There's always a certain smell to these. Ah, okay, so that's got a block there. They're my aliens. So this part looks like it's never really come out. See, those are the actual aliens themselves. When they come down, they actually change. So it is kind of the weirdest thing. That's just on a little bit of acetate. Clean, clean, and clean. Once you get through your shield, because these are your shields, once you get through the down here, you've still got one more shot to try and kill them to kind of come down. Or I think the top one goes across and gives you bonus points, like your spaceship would. So the only thing I need to do is unsolder these and then get this thing cleaned. I'm not one of those channels that shows you a cleaning montage. I'm sorry, but that's just... Are these circuit mounted LEDs? If they are, they're minute. Definitely are, because you've got a pair of, old-fashioned bottle-bottom glasses there for the actual readout, which you are joking me. Wow. Let me try and get you zoomed in on this. Apologies for my hand. Oh, sorry. No, apologies for out of focus. That is your display for your points. This is I am gonna destroy this, aren't I? I mean, crikey. I don't need to touch this. I mean, you've got... Can I get really, really close in? Yeah. This is 1980s technology. We don't have LEDs this small now. Is that a bridge between wires? I don't know. But honestly, these are LEDs. How the hell did the company actually make profit from stuff like this? Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So on here we've got 2 capacitors. Don't know, don't bother changing those. These look perfectly fine. That one looks a little bit iffy, but there's no writing at all on that one. So you've got a chip on there, upside down pick chip, like a MC14028B. Rings a bell for some reason. Lots of little bridges, resistor, diodes, regulators. So that's all the control. That's the whole brain of this. Now, what I'm going to do is go away, get this cleaned. I need to take that off of there. So I definitely need to know that the plus is the bottom, and then there's others there. Remove this here, remove the pins inside there, give them a damn good cleaning. If not, soak them in white wine vinegar if I can. Remove as rust from that hole and that screw. And I'll come back with this, hopefully, because that switch there is covered in fluff. That is a good clean out. Hopefully, a lot cleaner. Give me a minute. Now everything's back from the cleaners. I've not got a perfect clean on this. There's still some bits that are kind of little bits, yeah, but it's kind of a genuine sort of attempt to restore, shall we say. It's not a, this isn't, well, some of these on eBay, well, one of these on eBay go for about 150 quid. Sorry, I'm not that stupid. But it's kind of, there's a lot of stuff like on here, there's a lot of surface scratches on here. They will never come off, no matter how hard I try. The inside's not too bad, but if I polish this, it'll take off all of these little markings on the here. So no, it's going to be an honest restore, shall we say. So everything's not too bad. It's definitely not new. Some things I really can't get clean without any sort of over-the-top polishing, and I don't want to see a cleaning montage on one of my videos. Some people do that, and I'm sorry, it's not my type of channel. So what we had with the contacts, these three were fine. It's inside here. Then there was 2 layers over here, 2 smaller ones down there with the contacts on. 3 were fine. 2 wasn't, so I put them in vinegar, and I'm going to leave those in there for quite a while, try and get as much of the rust and stuff on there. So they're inside there, you can see them. There's no point in me putting a little bit of vinegar in and then put them in a pot. Just put them in there, I can fish them out quick enough anyway. So they're all happily losing the rust and the corrosion as long as they want to. So I can reassemble this, because they will go into here afterwards. So, first things first, where is the circuit board? It's behind me, because that's been nicely cleaned as well. I try to be careful with the LEDs on here, because this is just strange. So yeah, the positive negatives are there. This one's putting back in, that one's been glued back in place. So I'm just going to go see what I can do in repairing as much as I can, replacing as much as I can on this. So yeah, that one's attached into there with the screen. So this wants to go afterwards. So this is the last piece to go on. I could even put that back on anyway, because it just slides into there and clicks into place, so it doesn't now come back out again. So that can be left to last, and I can put the speaker on there, glue it in place whenever I'm ready. So let's start to put things. I will go there. Yeah. That's really weird Goodies logo, isn't it? If you've ever seen the Goodies. Right, target audience, yeah. You probably all do know what the Goodies is. Right, let's get this back together and see if she'll work. Everything's virtually back together now. I've got 2 wires here to go get soldered into one of these 2, and I nice to remember which one it was. The speaker needs to be put into there at the last part and glued in place. A little bit hot glue either side. I'll just hold it in place nicely. It just kind of clip in. I could probably put a little bit of glue on the rim of there and then just push that into place, and then it would do the same as, but I'll put hot glue on so it's just the same as the original and very easy to remove afterwards. Right, the thing I've got now, my problem is, which ones of these did you go into? So definitely these ones with the pins down went in first. Wasn't there a... Yeah, I need to look at my old video, to be honest, and see which one went in where. I think they went there, and on this side it was... Because that's the nice one, the one that works. So that actually went in the bottom there. In that corner, top left-hand corner. Right in there. So that wants bending over or holding in place a little. So I think that's actually the... Because the bottom wants to be negative. So that is actually the negative one there. Positive goes... Oh, blimey, Ralph, come on. Look at your camera while you're doing it. Right, because that's in there and bent over. I need to solder on the negative cable, the black cable, because if you look on here, if you look at the bottom one, positive's over this right-hand side. So the left hand side got to be negative. So that's the last negative. So it'll go across bottom, up, across, and then in, and then across, down, and in. And then the positive will be this side at the bottom left. But that's in getting fixed at the moment. So this one wants to go at the top. So I can't put that one in place just yet. So I need the other one putting in down there. So I'm missing this long one here and this small one down there, which are inside of here. So at the minute, I can't do much. I can actually solder the black wire on there just to make sure I know what I'm doing. So that's my only step I can do at the minute. I'm gonna have to leave it overnight for the corrosion to be gone. Actually, these could do with a little bit of a... No, these are fine. They're absolutely fine, these. So yeah, I'm going the pot there. I'm gonna solder the black wire onto there, just because, and I'm going to solder, no, not solder, wait for the red one to go on there when it's finished. Oh, this is really just breaking easily. Shame really. I mean, it's not a mint version of this, but I'm 99% certain, because I've looked on the board, apart from there's a bit of fluff and tissue, that this will work absolutely fine. The switch was oiled, a little bit of crud in there as well, but apart from these legs that have never ever been soldered in, it's all held in with the legs on the switch, I don't think I'll bother with those, because there are all, everything does look perfectly fine anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'll check for any dry solder joints. I don't think there are any, but this should work fine as soon as the battery compartment parts are done and cleaned. Okay, took the stuff out of the vinegar. It's as good as it's going to get, so I've wired up the other side of the positive. Now all I need to do is just insert the rest of. It's nicely, it's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not a complete disaster. So I've got that one, and the one that was in there. So two of these go down into there. Doesn't really matter which one goes where, as long as the contacts are out enough. So slide in, and I can put this one in the other side just for the time being. Does it go up? Yeah, it goes up. Doesn't seem to go in there, so I think it needs to be bent into place a little bit. So I take that back out again. It needs to be, this corner bit needs to be down. So maybe a bit like that, maybe inwards. Create a little bit of a bend, but there you go. That's better. So it just clips into that part just there. So now we need to go to the other side and to put the fingers on there. They're going through, and I need to bend this round so that doesn't come off. Bend. That feels a bit loose, but that's fine. It's holding in place. That's a little bit rattly. So that's better. Worst case, I could put a little bit of glue on either of those if I needed to. Now, all I'm going to do is attach that onto there and hot glue that in. I want it so the speaker cables are coming down, so I don't want to trap them on anything. So I think probably like that, maybe. So I'm going to fire up the hot glue without you watching. I'm going to put a couple of dabs of hot glue between the plastic and the speaker, put this back on, put the 4 screws back in, and then we can test and see whether or not it was just the battery compartment, which I expect it was, but a nice clean anyway, needed doing an oiling of all the switches. Yeah, should be this should work absolutely fine. Now she's back to pieces. Well, back together, back to pieces. Yes, so let's put these in as they're supposed to be. So bottom one goes that way. That feels good. That goes that way. Okay. So that's positive. So positive that way. Again, squashes in quite nicely. And then other way. So now we know we've got no actual, battery cover. So let's see if this works. Brightness on this is shockingly bad. Right, I'm gonna have to go Alexa, garage off, and turn that off as well. Ooh, hello. I've got no at all. Maybe I should have done this a bit better. I've got no light in here. See, there's mine. I got hit. See, the score on the top as well isn't too bad. There's a line missing off that as well, so I've got 6 points at least. You hit me. I think so. That's that finished then, and I got a total of not many points, and I can't see the blooming thing. It's so out of focus, it's ridiculous. Yes, light switch, please. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. So we ended up with 8 points. There are problems with the LED matrix on here. There are things missing. So there's a line missing from there. I think there's probably a red one missing. This is really dark. Yeah, the bottom right hand corner is gone. Might have been me. I destroyed my shield already. Damn. I can't even see it. So it's like the power could do with being a lot more on this. But still, it's a... It's really awkward to see this. If it was dark, yes, I can see quite enough. But you guys really can't. I mean, it's strange how you fire up and... Ooh, lost that one. But it's just so out of focus, I can't film it properly. This is... yeah. But it does work. I have got this working, and it does actually do what it's supposed to. I don't know whether or not putting brand new batteries in here, putting a 6-volt power supply onto the contacts in here, because there's no plug-in at all on here. Look at these lovely brown plastics from the 80s. Yeah, but yeah, Alien Invaders starts to work again. Cool. It does feel a bit better. It's a shame it's not as new as what I'd hoped for. There is one on eBay, which is just stupid priced, and I ain't forking out that much money. That's just ridiculous. But an honest fix, an honest repair, and look inside some old arcadey type technology from the very early 80s. So the Shira Alien Invaders arcade machine is fixed and done. Really awkward to do. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ah, damn it. Where's the other one? Oh, it's another row. Right, okay. Ah, damn. I'm pressing the wrong button again. Another layer of invaders coming down, so that's 14. I may have been... oh, got the thing at the top. Yes. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Yeah, follow me on social media. Please consider being a Patreon. I don't really know why I don't have that many patrons. Yeah, please be a patron. Help out the channel. Help me out so I can do little videos like this. Yeah, even the YouTube membership as well. If you don't want that, it's fine. Patreon is a lot more easier for me to manage, if anybody minds. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video, and I'll stop me waffling. Bye for now.